Hey, hey, it's Berta Jay. Come on into my kitchen with me today. I have some tricks and some tips that I want to share with you that make my preparation of food a whole lot easier because things are already done and you'll see them. And I hope you will be able to use them in your kitchen. The first one I wanted to share with you is about potatoes. We eat a lot of potatoes in I say a lot, but it's usually the starch we go to. We do use corn and rice. We do a lot of potatoes. And so I had to figure out a way to store them. And that's why we have this canner right here. It's just an enamel canner. There's nothing special about it. To store your potatoes, what I was finding out is that when I stored my potatoes, they were always getting these eyes like after a couple of days. And my husband found this on the internet somewhere. I don't know where it is. But he found this and we started doing it many years ago, and so we still do it. What you do is you get a container with a lid on it. Doesn't have to be a tight-fitting lid, just a lid to keep on the top of it and not have the air and dust and dirt and things get in it. And all you do is you just put your potatoes in, and that's all I'm doing is just white potatoes. I love red potatoes. I put those in, and golden potatoes. But the key to keeping them from growing so many eyes and getting mushy and you have to throw them out is this, an apple. Now, I wish I could tell you why this works. I don't know the chemistry behind it. I'm just being honest with you, but I do know that it does work. If you want to keep your potatoes from growing eyes and getting mushy too soon, you still have to check them. You want to check them on a regular basis and make sure they're not getting, mushy and full of eyes that are growing all over the place. A few little eyes you can go ahead and use, but you just put your you put your potatoes in and then you put your apple in. And that really is the only thing. And then you put your lid on. Potatoes used to last me about a week. But because I eat them so frequently, at the end of the week, I would buy like 5 pounds and then I would use them. But at the end of a week, they would start to grow the eyes and then some parts of it would get mushy and I'd have to throw those out. When you use this tip, what will happen is I believe you can probably, I wish I could really give you a definite, but about a week and a half longer, you'll be able to keep fresh potatoes. It may even be longer than that. And then store this in a cool, dry place. I stick it in a closet on the first floor where the kitchen is. But you could, someplace that's cool, if you have a garage, you could stick it out there. That might be kind of cold, but someplace where it's cool and it's dry. And you can just put the lid on and it should work really well. One of the things you have to remember to do is, and all these items that you have in here are all fresh, and you have to look at it. Look at the potatoes to make sure they're not growing eyes. Use those first if they are. But the apple has to be changed. I usually change it about once every a month. Look at it, it'll start to rot. But for some reason, when it's in here with these potatoes, it doesn't get as rotten as it would if it was just sitting on the counter. So I would look at the apple every couple of weeks. I would say every couple of weeks, and even do it maybe once a week. Do it once a week and check to see if it's rotted. If it starts to get rotten spots on it, you may be able to use it for maybe a few days more. Go out and get another apple and stick it in, and then just throw this apple away. Grind it up, use it as compost, but you have to check it because this one's is hard. And I've been using this apple. We bought this probably about 3 weeks ago. And it's still really hard. I hope you enjoy this tip and I hope you'll use it because it really does work. Okay? Okay, the second tip that I wanted to share with you is, first I'll ask you a question. Do you use lemon juice and you want fresh lemon juice instead of the jarred kind? I know now they don't have a lot of fresh lemon juices. And you could make your own. It's pretty cheap. You just buy fresh lemons in the store. What I like to do though, because I'm a mixer, I like to mix different spices and flavors and even citrus fruits and things like that together. So I usually always make my fresh lemon juice with lemon and lime. I use more lemons than limes because whatever recipe I'm using, if I have lemon lime in it, it gives it a really nice taste. You can use all lemon if you want to do this, or you can use lemon and lime like I do. The first thing you want to do when you purchase your lemons and your limes is that you want, when you're ready to do this, and what you're going to do is you're going to extract the juice yourself with a juice extractor, citrus juice extractor, and this is the one that I use. It's by Black & Decker. It has two self-reversing cones. One is for like grapefruits, oranges, temple oranges, things like that. This one is for what we're going to do today, lemons and limes. And all you have to do is cut your lemons, which is what I've done here. Cut your lemons and your limes, hold it, keep them in a container next to you, and then you're just going to juice it. But before that, before I tell you that, I want to give you a couple of tips about getting as much juice from a citrus fruit as you possibly can. The first thing you want to do is store them in the refrigerator, and when it's cold in the refrigerator, and you're not going to get a lot of juice from a cold piece of fruit, a cold citrus. So what you do is you bring it out the day you want to do this, and you put it on your counter or in a bowl somewhere for a few hours so that it can warm up. And if it's kind of the temperature of your home, you'll know that it's at room temperature now. And then what you want to do is you want to roll it like this so you can get as much juice out of it as possible. Can you see that? Roll it just with the heel of your hand so that it gets soft. I should have shown you this before, but they're really, limes are very, very tight. This is a softened one. This one's even more softened. Okay, but this is a soft lemon. That's what you want. This one hasn't been softened yet. See how it barely gives? See that? So now I'm going to roll it too, and I'll show you the difference between what I just showed you. It's the same with the lime. But because it's at room temperature, see, look at this. And what happens is those little pockets of juice inside, it'll be so easy to extract the juice because they're already softened and ready to go. So now what you're going to do, you're going to just cut them in half. You can see the juice coming out of them already. Limes are pretty tight. Okay, so we got that. And you don't have to do anything. Once it's plugged in, which it is, all you have to do is sit it on top of this cone, and you'll watch the juice come down. See it? That's it. That's what it looks like when you're done. And that's what I'm going to do. I usually keep my lemon juice and lemon lime juice in a container. One of the things I'll really encourage you to do when you're doing a lot of like cooking in your own home, you can reuse jars that you have purchased that you have something else in. This was a old mayonnaise jar, I think. And I just soaked the label off and washed it up real good, and now I use it for lemon lime juice. And so what I do when I'm done, I take it, I'm going to move this off to the side too. And I freeze them so that in just a regular old ice cube tray. I found this ice cube tray many years ago, but it comes with a lid. I'm sure they still make them. And I pour this lemon juice. And you probably say, well, why do you do that if you use it all the time? Well, sometimes you need it and sometimes you don't. So when I'm ready to use the lemon juice, all I have to do, I poured in some fresh, but all I have to do is to take out a lemon lime juice ice cube and dump it in here. Most of the time this is empty. We use it in tea. I use it for dressings. I use it in homemade hummus. It's like lemon juice is just very, very versatile. And so I make sure that I have some in the refrigerator. Just a real quick tip for you on keeping lemon juice, fresh lemon juice for you to use in your recipes. The other thing is you could use something like this also. I don't have a demonstration here, but if you have any kind of sauces in your cook just for 1 or 2 people, I'm the only one really who's doing the diet that I'm on, the vegan diet. But so I like to also do this for pizza sauce, pasta sauce. You just pour little pieces, pour your sauce into each one of these containers. You need about 3 or 4 and you're done. You can have that, maybe 5 or 6. You can warm it up because it comes out individual, almost like a little individual serving for you. Stick it back in the freezer and then put this in a pan and warm it up. Okay, so this should hasten you wanting to try recipes, especially dressings. You can save a lot of money on doing your own salad dressings. And that's tip number 2, and I hope you will use it. My third and final tip is, you've probably seen the infomercials for them. It's Debbie Meyer's Green Bags. I'll tell you why I bought these. I bought them because I was tired of, I love apples, and I was so fed up with eating mushy apples. I would get them out of the refrigerator, they were cold, and that's why this sits here. I don't do the bananas because we eat them so fast, so I don't bother putting them in here, but you could put bananas in here as well. We eat them quickly, and you'll probably always see them when I'm recording this, but you put your fruits in here, and I'm telling you, it lasts. Before, I would just put them in the bag from the store, and they would last probably, I would say probably about 5 or 6 days. When I put them in here, they last for a few weeks, and I am not joking, I'm not lying. I get no money for pitching this, but they do work. The thing I like about them is that they come in 3 sizes. This is the large. It's pretty big. Okay, that's the large. This I've been using for a while. You see, it looks kind of old. You can use them 8 to 10 times. I just say when it starts to look, see how it starts off looking? When it looks like this or gets a little bit lighter, it's probably been about 8 to 10 times, and then I just toss them and get some more. You recycle them too. I recycle them. But the large is really large. This is for a lot of green beans, which we eat a lot of. This is the medium size. So this is like an extra large, a large, and this little guy is kind of useless for us, but I do use it for, like, if I just buy a few apples or a couple of pears or something like that. Grapes we eat really fast too, so they just stay on the counter. I don't ever put them in a bag. But you could put grapes in here too. All kinds of fruits, all kinds of vegetables, and they will stay longer. I'm telling you, at weeks longer. So I wanted you to see what I use them for and how I use them. This is the sizes. Name is Debbie Meyer Green Bags, and you can find these at Bed Bath & Beyond. This is, I've got some apples in here, which I pretty much love eating apples. I eat apples almost every day. So I've got apples, but how I do it is when you store any kind of a living food, it's going to, like fruits and veggies, if you get any kind of fruit or veggie, it's going to give off water, and there's going to be a lot of liquid that condenses on the outside of the bag. And so what I found to do that really makes a big difference is to make sure you put a paper towel, and I just use a small one. I stick it in the bag first, and then I put my fruit in. You will see that makes all the difference in the world. Your fruit won't get wet every time you take it out. It'll be pretty dry. And if you have a lot of fruit or vegetables that you're putting in there, put another paper towel on top of that, so that as you eat them, you take the paper towel out and you can use it again. Just sit it someplace, or keep it in a bag or drawer and in the kitchen. And then when you are finished with the bag and you're not using the paper towel anymore, you can just, and you get a new a new bag of fruit, you go get your little paper towel out, put it back in the bag again. You can just use the paper towel over and over again, because that's all you're using it for, is your fruits and your vegetables. And this is the last one. This is the large bag, and we use carrots for everything. I have several other tips, but not this time. I'll show you what I do when I'm going to do a salad. And carrots are something that are a staple in my salad. So I just put them in. I'm going to undo them just so that you can see them. A paper towel in here first. I don't know, can you see that? I put the paper towel in this way. So I'll slide it in. Then I start to put my carrots in, because they're going to create a lot of liquid. They get condensed, and there's condensation all over the place. So I put like 3 or 4 or 5 on there, then put another one in. Put some more carrots on top. We've been eating these, so it's not as many as it was before. And then lastly, put another towel on top. And if you can see, this bag is still pretty dry. There's a little condensation. This is what I was trying to tell you about. Don't know, can you see that right there? There are little droplets of water. But if you didn't put these paper towels in there, it would just be all over the whole bag. That's what happened before I taught myself how to do this, and now I'm teaching you, so you can do the same thing, okay? And your vegetables and your fruits will last longer. In the Debbie Meyer green bags for storage of fruits and vegetables, 8 to 10 times you can use them. Wash it out, use it again. Wash it out, use it again. And it will keep your fruits and vegetables way, way longer, okay? So those are your tips. I hope you'll use them, and it will help your preparation of your foods when you're in your kitchen to go much faster. Okay? Thank you.